What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Sister Gurl on Films, and happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, Sister Gurl on Films, you don't want to miss a thing, better stay tuned in. So lay back, get into the vibe, in the mood. Real reviews from a sister's point of view. Trailer reactions, movies and TV. So entertaining and authentic, believe me. So roll that footage, I'm ready to chill. Time to hang out with my sister girl. Hey, Sister Gurl on Films. Hey, Sister Gurl on Films. Hey.
Unless you don't celebrate Valentine's Day, then happy Sunday. As you can tell by the title, I will be reviewing and giving my thoughts on Malcolm and Marie. So Malcolm and Marie has been trending like crazy this past week. It came out on February 9th, 5th or 9th, one of those days. And people have been talking about how toxic this movie is, how realistic is it, how it impacts Black love, all of the things. So I'm going to talk about some of that. Not a lot of that, because I don't agree with a lot of that, but I will be giving my opinion on some of those topics. So, Malcolm and Marie stars Zendaya and John David Washington as our title characters, and the movie opens up with this beautiful black and white opening credit scene that is very reminiscent to me of like old Hollywood, where there's no music. Sometimes old Hollywood, I take that back. Old Hollywood used to give you like the orchestral, really like intense music sometimes. But this film actually opened without music, which made sense with the entire tone of the film as we start to see how music is used as an extension of the character's voice throughout the film. So it made sense that there was no music at the opening because the characters weren't really introduced to us yet. And a lot of people actually aren't really feeling the fact that this film is in black and white. I think just because we love to see films that are vibrant and have these beautiful colors and things like that. But for me, I actually like that the film was in black and white because it allowed me to really focus on the characters, focus on the performances, focus on the story. And it didn't give me the opportunity to kind of take myself out of the moment when it got too intense. And that's something that I really enjoyed about this film. Essentially what Malcolm and Marie is about, it's about this couple that come home after a night at Malcolm's movie premiere. Malcolm is an up-and-coming filmmaker, and he's super excited because he had a great premiere. People were loving his film, giving him all the praise, saying all the good things. And Marie is upset about something. And then once this thing is revealed, there will be spoilers in this review. Once that thing is revealed, it kind of starts the snowball effect of all these different things that start to come out about the relationship. And then ultimately you're wondering, is this couple going to make it at the end of this film? And so what I liked about the film was damn near everything. Your girl, I enjoyed this film. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. I watched it twice. The first time I watched it, it was a little bit boring in parts to me, and my intentionality when watching it the first time was a little bit different than the second time. The first time I really just kind of watched it to kind of take notes. I went in biased because I had heard that people just really didn't enjoy the film, and I just didn't go in with the right mindset that I felt like I should have to really experience it. But the second time, baby, I almost fell in love with this film. Almost. And what I really liked about the film is that it gave to me a realistic view of what relationships can be. I think a lot of times Hollywood loves to give us like the princess and the prince fairy tale. We might have a little dispute, but we can make it up with some hot sex and beautiful people, and it's a whole thing. And honestly, relationships can be ugly. Relationships can be dirty. You can get down and dirty and nasty with your significant other sometimes, and that's just real. And I feel like this film addressed that, but it magnified it times 1,000. And for me, I feel like that's where a lot of people got this feeling of toxicity from in this relationship, because they did get down and dirty in how they spoke to each other in some parts. There was one particular scene where Marie is going in on Malcolm, honey, and she was like, "You're mediocre at best." Child, I thought she was that Samuel's man, honey. You're average at best. He's like, you're mediocre. You're not creative. You don't have your own thoughts. You're a thief. You steal from people. You steal people's, like, honey, Marie went in on him, child. She might as well have said, child, you're dusty, your hair's uneven, you look a mess.
Because you're not that cute. And your hair is uneven. You look dusty.
Child, she went in. And because she went so low, baby, Malcolm went to the flow. Okay? There's this bathtub scene where Marie's in the bathtub and Malcolm comes in there. And y'all, when I tell y'all, he decimated her. Like, I don't know how Marie didn't just like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how she didn't just black his eye in that moment, because he was so disrespectful to her. And he kind of acknowledged it at the end of the film. But at the end of the film, she was like, baby, I can't. Like, what you said, like, you just took it too far. She was like, you know, it's basically how you did this particular scene in your movie. You just did too much. Like, she asked him. Now, one thing I do want to point out in this scene, again, y'all, it's going to be some spoilers. So, he basically threw it up in her face that, you know, she felt like his movie was about her life. And so, early on in the film, she kind of brought that up. And he was like, nah, you know, it's not about you. You know, it's about a lot of different people, a lot of different experiences that I've had. And she was like who? And he didn't say who. And I feel like he was trying to protect her feelings in the beginning when he said that. And then later on, he was like, bitch, fuck your feelings. This part in the film was about this chick. This part in the film was about this chick. Oh, you thought that part was about you and me? No, baby, that was about me and my ex. Honey, he went in. And I'm like, girl, like you didn't bring that on yourself to that extent, but damn, sis, like, sometimes you just gotta just not go searching for stuff. And I really felt like the issue that I had, the issue I feel like Marie and Malcolm had with each other is that Marie really felt like she wasn't appreciated in her relationship, and she really felt used by Malcolm. And I think on the other side of that, Malcolm felt almost emasculated and invalidated in his relationship with Marie. And I feel like that is something that came to a head when they were having this very intense conversation. And I noticed that throughout the film, like, as Marie started to open up more and more and become really like transparent with her emotions with Malcolm, I noticed that the wardrobe change she had was just, it very much so followed that path as well. Like, slowly but surely, like, her layers started to come off as those emotional layers start to be exposed. Whereas with Malcolm, he didn't lose a lot of layers up until the very end of the film, when Marie gave this amazing monologue. Amazing. Damn near brought me to tears. I didn't cry because I was trying to hold it together, but it was very close. And it was at that moment where I feel like Malcolm really understood what Marie was trying to convey to him this entire time. Overall, for me, I feel like the film was really like watching like an exhibition boxing match, where, you know, the intent is not to really physically harm each other, and there's no ill will with the two combatants. It's just supposed to be a demonstration of your skills, but sometimes shit goes too far. And I feel like that's what it was like watching this, because after each like explosive argument, I was like, woo, now back to your corners, because they will go to separate parts of the house, and then it will be like a 30-second break, and then boom, the next person is going in. And it was like watching a boxing match. And I think that was really emotionally taxing to watch, because it was emotionally taxing on our characters, right? And I think that was a lot of the reason why a lot of people weren't necessarily a huge fan of this film, because it was just a lot emotionally. But I enjoyed it. It's a drama. And I think that when it was marketed, it almost was marketed as like this sexy romance, like almost kind of art house type of film. But it's way more intense than that. And it really digs deep into what a relationship can be if you don't openly communicate with your significant other and really let them know, you know, when you're not feeling validated and when you're not feeling appreciated and when you don't feel like you matter in the relationship, how that can all blow up in the matter of a night. And so at the end of the film, there's no clear resolution. But for me, I feel like either Malcolm and Marie's relationship is just done after all the shit that just got expelled out of the relationship in that night, or their relationship was reborn to be stronger and better from this situation. And the only reason why I feel that way is because the last song that they played for the ending credits was Liberation by Outkast, which is my jam. There's a fine line between love and hate, you see. Can't wait till later, but baby, I'm on it. That's my jam, honey. Okay? But like I said earlier, all the music in the film is intentional. It's to be an extension of the character's voice. And so to me, I felt that idea of liberation, again, either means that they're going to go their separate ways and liberate themselves from this relationship, or it could mean that they both now feel liberated because they got all their shit out on the table. So let me know in the comments below if you saw this film and if you think Malcolm and Marie stayed together or if they separated. I think a lot of people probably hope they separated, but you know, I don't think that there was a clear, to me, villain or hero or victim in this film. I think they both had shit going on with them. I think they were both dysfunctional as hell. But I think that the film also did a good job of showing that they actually really loved each other as a couple. And so I wouldn't be surprised if from that explosive night that their relationship became stronger and better, and they became better communicators as a result of this night. But who knows? We'll never know. It's kind of up for our own interpretation. So I definitely recommend you watch this film. If you're in a relationship and you're comfortable having maybe conversations just about relationships, or y'all just like to dissect and analyze movies, I highly recommend that you watch this film with your significant other. However, if you know, might feel like you might be triggered by this film, I would say maybe don't watch it until you feel like you're emotionally ready to watch it, because it is heavy and intense. There's no like violence or anything like that in it, physical violence, but there are moments that you could categorize as maybe like verbal abuse on the side of both of them, because they, you know, use profanity at each other and they scream at each other, things like that. So if you're triggered by stuff like this, then maybe don't watch it unless you feel like you're emotionally ready to do that. But overall, I loved Malcolm and Marie. I would watch it again and again. It was definitely, for me, a must-see. So let me know in the comments below if you saw Malcolm and Marie and what you thought about it. And again, if you thought that they stayed together or if they ended their relationship. And as always, y'all, like this video, share this video, subscribe to my channel, and I'm gonna see y'all next time for something else. Thank you so much for your support. And again, y'all, happy Valentine's Day, and I'm gonna see y'all next time for something else. Holla.
Sister girl on films. Hey.